Yeah, hey guys, I just wanted to mention as well, I'm doing a communication course, and basically this communication course, I've just wrote out a few notes from this communication course that I wanted to share. So basically, that communication, if you were to communicate to a crowd or online, to YouTube, on Instagram, whatever, to people in real life, one-on-one, one-to-many, there's a few golden rules. So in communication, if what you do distracts people from the message, it's a problem. So if I keep waving my hands around like this when I'm talking, and I keep talking, and I'm trying to make a point and my hands are doing something random, then that distracts people from the message, and they're gonna go, why the fuck is he waving his hands around? It doesn't make any sense. But if you sort of, and I'm not saying I'm good at this or I know how to do it or I'm a master or anything. I'm actually terrible at communication, but I'm doing the course and it's saying if you were to use your hands, use them in an effective way. And honestly, I'm just trying my best, but it's something I keep in my mind. And then I've got a few exercises to practice. This exercise is actually super helpful for me. Like, I wish I could do this exercise and then it would just, I would just have the memory of the exercise in the back of my mind for the whole day, but I don't. I just do the exercise and then I feel like the rest of the day I just completely forget about the exercise. But this is how the exercise goes, right? It's basically articulating, you're focusing on articulation and pronunciation. And so you're meant to do it 3 to 5 times a day and you'll hopefully eventually become better at it. But the exercise goes like this. When you are talking, you open your mouth as wide as you possibly can and focus on using your tongue and mouth to articulate the words as good as they should be. Fully articulate every single word that you were saying. And that was me trying to do it then. And I feel like it's just an amazing exercise to start your day. And I wish I could talk like that all the time. But the reality is, most of the time, I just mumble. Like, I'm talking like this, I don't really move my mouth, and no one really understands what I'm saying, especially if they're a foreigner, and it's their second language. English is their second language. I really struggle to communicate with them because I mumble and I don't really make much sense. Next exercise is actually, especially when I'm about to go on camera, I generally get super nervous. So the exercise is to breathe in and out. So breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like breathing in and then breathing out for 4 counts. And just keep doing that until you notice yourself calming down. By the way, sorry guys, this course that I'm doing is by Vin Gagang. Sorry, I struggle to pronounce his last name, but he's an Australian guy. He's a Vietnamese guy. I think he was actually born in Australia, but his background is Vietnamese. And he lives in South Australia, and he does this. He used to be a magician, and now he does this amazing Stage Academy course where he teaches communication. He's actually a master communicator, and he gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to speak in front of audiences for a couple hours. But I doubt, speaking in front of an audience for an hour or two is an hour or two's work. It's probably fucking a week's work. The amount of preparation, you would have to do is just ridiculous. Okay, cool. And then he's got the next step which is siren technique. So you basically take your voice from a low pitch to a high pitch. You go, hello, my name is Thomas and I like to eat cheese. And if you like to eat cheese as well, then come with me and we'll eat some cheese. That's it. That's basically, these are all the things I try and practice every day that I jump on camera lately, doing this 12 sandwich series. Full energy. This is also something I just really, really struggle with, especially in my personal life. When I'm talking to my family, my mum, my wife, I feel like I'm a dead fish. my energy levels are so low when I'm talking to my loved ones. It's just actually sad. But Vin says, be very generous with your energy levels when you're communicating. Be very generous. Like, generosity is not just giving someone money. Being generous is giving someone your attention, giving someone all your energy, giving someone everything when you're communicating. Because that's a form of being a nice person, right? You don't need to give them money. Just pay attention to them. Just give them your full attention, yourself, whatever. That's one of the exercises. For 5 minutes a day, give your full energy. And it's an amazing thing. If I could do that all day long, I feel like my life would be like, from a whatever it is, like a 3 to a 10, if I was able to give my full energy when communicating all the time. I'm just going to quickly run off a few other points. These are the 5 universal laws. 88 keys. Your voice has 88 notes. Only practice will lead to improvement. So if you just learn all this stuff, that's great. You'll never improve. You actually have to put it into practice. And no automatic transfer of skills. So yeah, by the way, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just going to state why I'm doing this video. Maybe you can go at the start of the video, but the reason I'm doing this video today is because I just wanted to share with you guys what I'm learning in my communication course that I've started. It's called the Stage Academy course. It's a communication course that's run by Vin Gagang. I think I got that right. Not sure if that's his last name. I'm really sorry if it's not, but it is actually a fantastic communication course. It's called the Stage Academy. So basically, next communication foundation is volume of speech. So when you're speaking, when I'm speaking, I literally most of the time am just speaking at the exact same volume the whole time. But what you can do is, if you're saying something super important, you can bring your volume way up. But if you're saying something that's not so important, you can just take it down a few notches, because it's not really that important for people to hear. But if you're saying something important, then you want them to perk up their ears, right? Also, I was just doing it then by accident, but rate of speech. So also, if you're saying something important, rate of speech. Sorry, I'm just gonna charge this, plug this in, charge it. Very good, very good. Yeah, sorry, rate of speech. Rate of speech is important as well, and especially if you're trying to emphasize something. Say, just slowing down when you're saying something important, and then again speeding up when you're saying something that's not so important. That's what I'm trying to learn. Tonality, and this is something that I struggle with, tonality, but apparently there's a hack. There's a hack to tonality, right? So if you have a very sad face, you generally will sound sad. If you have an angry face, you'll probably sound angry. And if you have a smiling face, you'll probably sound very happy. So I'm gonna smile right now and talk to you guys and see if that actually makes me sound more happy. So do you guys think I sound a little bit more happy now when I'm smiling? What about now? When I'm a bit angry, I got a bit of an angry face on, and I'm just a little bit upset. I don't really know why I can't be happy, but I'm just really upset. And then sad. My girlfriend left me the other day, and I don't know what to do with my life anymore. That's me trying my best. That's me trying my best to go through those facial expressions to use tonality, right? Because it's like when you think about, okay, sound happy, like speak, sound happy. It's like, how the fuck do I sound happy? Like, it's just like the hack is just smile when you're speaking, or just if you want to sound angry, just make an angry face. It's such a great hack, honestly. Yeah, use pauses when you are delivering complex messages. Just stop. Articulation and pronunciation is another one of the 5 universal communicate. I don't know. I think I've got too many universal communication. I wrote down too many five universal laws of communication. I wrote down too many. I just kept writing stuff down. Anyways, storytelling framework. So I've been trying to use this lately. So when you tell a story, the framework that Vin says you should use is the incident, who, what, when, where. So basically, you just want to hit all those points as quickly as possible in the story, and then it should set the story up to be a good one. And then when you're telling a story, you want to mention the visual, auditory, feel, like the emotional feeling you had and the physical feeling, and smells. Say, for example, if you're telling a story as like, okay, I went for a surf the other day and the ocean was so beautiful. It was nice, deep blue. The sky was, the sun was just coming up from the east, and you could hear the waves crashing, and my heart was just, honestly, as soon as I got to the beach, my heart was just racing because the surf was like 10 foot and it was like almost, it was just so big. And you could smell the sea breeze. Like, so those are things you should hit in your story according to him. And I am definitely not very good at it. But dialogue, and then bring the characters to life. Say, if you want to, you should put some characters in your story to make it a good story. So basically you say, oh yeah, when I was down at the beach, Johnny rocked up, and he's this funny surfer guy. He has a long mullet, and when he's surfing, he does the sickest cutbacks, and just use body language at dialogue. So and Johnny rocked up at the beach and he was like, hey Tom, how you going, mate? How you going? Like, relive the story. That's what he says here. Relive the story, use dialogue, use body language, and bring characters to life. Okay, and then you should definitely, most stories, I guess, should have a point. And so the point, and you should state in the story, and the point of the story is, I wanted to tell you guys why I went for a surf this morning, because when I was out there, I had an epiphany, and the epiphany was life is short, and you really need to make sure you're present in every moment. That's what stating the reason I'm telling you this story is, because every story should have a point, and that's what keeps people listening, staying to the end, I guess, or that's why, whatever. In the story, he says also you should share some vulnerable moments, helps getting emotional connection. Yeah, so basically you could just say, yeah, when I rocked up, yeah, I think I did it a little bit. When I rocked up at the beach and saw the surf, my heart just started racing. I was so scared, honestly, and that's meant to form a connection with the audience who you're telling it to. I've got a few other notes on the communication course, but that's pretty much all the good stuff. Thanks, guys. Nice sharing this with you, and see you soon. Bye.